The United Kingdom, with its ancient castles, historic villages, and winding country roads, is a land filled with stories of ghosts, hauntings, and spirits. From the moors of Scotland to the hills of Wales and the quiet villages of England, tales of phantoms have been passed down through the centuries. Today, we're uncovering some of the UK's most terrifying ghost legends, real locations you can visit if you're brave enough. Our journey begins in Scotland, at one of the most haunted sites in the country, Edinburgh Castle. The iconic fortress has dominated the city's skylines for centuries, and with its long history of battles, imprisonment, and executions, it's no surprise that ghost stories abound. The most famous of these is the tale of the Headless Drummer Boy, said to appear whenever the castle is in danger. His ghostly drumming echoes throughout the night, though his headless form is a chilling sight for those who have reported seeing him. Equally eerie are the spirits of prisoners once held in the castle dungeons. From the time of the Napoleonic Wars, prisoners from across Europe were locked in the dark, dank cells, and their restless souls are said to roam the castle halls. Visitors frequently report cold spots, sudden gusts of wind, and the feeling of being watched, particularly in the vaults beneath the castle. From Scotland, we head to Borley Rectory in Essex, once dubbed the most haunted house in England. Built in 1862, the rectory has long been associated with unexplained paranormal activity, most famously the legend of the ghostly nun. According to local legend, a nun fell in love with a monk from the nearby Borley Monastery. When their forbidden love was discovered, the nun was bricked up alive in the monastery walls, and her ghost has been wandering the grounds ever since, forever searching for her lost lover. In the early 20th century, Borley Rectory became the site of extensive paranormal investigations. Objects moved on their own, mysterious writings appeared on the wall, and the disembodied voices filled the air. Even though the rectory burned down in 1939, the land where it once stood is still considered haunted. Paranormal enthusiasts still visit the site today, hoping to catch a glimpse of the infamous ghostly nun. Next, we journey to Pluckley Village in Kent, officially recognized as the most haunted village in England, with a history that stretches back over 900 years. Pluckley is said to be home to at least 12 distinct ghosts. One of the most famous is the Lady of Rose Court, believed to be the spirit of a woman who took her own life after a tragic love affair. Her ghost is often seen wandering near the orchids where she died, forever trapped in her sorrow. Another notorious figure is the Highwayman, who was brutally killed by authorities and pinned to a tree with a sword. His ghost is said to still haunt the village, seen lurking in the shadows along the same roads where he once ambushed travelers. Pluckley's eerie reputation draws ghost hunters and curious visitors every year, but the locals say the spirits are not to be taken lightly. We now move to Wales, where the Scared Mountain Inn claims the title of one of the most haunted pubs in the UK. With a history dating back to the 12th century, the inn has seen its share of death and violence. The inn's dark past includes the execution of over 180 people, many of whom were hung from a beam in the pub itself. The ghost of a former innkeeper, John Crowther, is said to haunt the building, and many visitors report seeing a figure hanging from the ceiling or feeling a choking sensation around their necks, as if they're being hanged. Another apparition includes shadowy figures that wander the corridors and the sound of heavy footsteps echoing through the old timber floors. The Scared Mountain Inn's haunted reputation is so strong that many visitors leave offerings or write notes asking the spirits for forgiveness. Returning to London, we arrive at the Hampton Court Palace, one of the most haunted royal residences in the country. The palace is steeped in history, and with that history comes ghostly tales, particularly those of two of Henry VIII's wives, Catherine Howard and Jane Seymour. Catherine Howard, Henry's fifth wife, was imprisoned and later executed at the Tower of London after being accused of adultery. Her spirit is said to haunt Hampton Court, where she is still dragged screaming through the halls to her imprisonment. Many visitors report hearing those same screams, as well as seeing a ghostly figure running through the palace corridors, desperately trying to escape her fate. Jane Seymour, Henry's third wife, who died shortly after giving birth to Henry's only son, is also said to appear at Hampton Court. Her spirit has been seen walking the Silver Stick stairs, always dressed in white, carrying a lit candle. Finally, we return to Scotland and the chilling halls of Glamis Castle, a fortress with more than its share of ghostly legends. The most famous of these is the Monster of Glamis, said to be a deformed child born into the Beaulion family, kept hidden from the world in a secret room within a castle. Another common theme. Though never seen, visitors and staff have reported hearing strange noises and feeling an ominous presence in the castle's upper floors. Another well-known apparition is the Grey Lady, the ghost of Lady Janet Douglas, who was accused of witchcraft and burned alive at the stake in 1537. Her spirit has been seen walking the castle grounds, often near the family chapel, where her presence brings a sense of overwhelming sadness and dread. From haunted castles to eerie pubs and ghostly villages, the UK is home to some of the most spine-chilling locations in the world. Each of these places holds a piece of history, forever intertwined with the supernatural. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the legends of these phantoms have captivated the imagination for centuries. Have you visited any of these haunted places, or do you have your own ghost stories to share? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tales of the mysterious and unexplained.